All right, today we're gonna do a little gym session. We are going to be filming after all my rehab, so let's get started. We're gonna be focusing on exercises that are gonna help strengthen your glutes as well as your posterior chain, with your hamstrings and back as well. So we're just gonna do a couple exercises just to kind of warm up our body, get some flow in here. Hands are gonna be outside the shoulders. I'm gonna drop down. This is an elevated puppy dog. So even though we're focusing on our glutes and lower body, we're just gonna open up our upper body here in a second. And then we're gonna bring that leg on top of this bench. So this is the elevated lizard. Basic lizard stretches on the floor, but I just wanna open my hips up, just create a couple of circles, left to right, right to left. Twist, rotate, maybe a pop in the back, and then you'll switch other side. And then we're gonna do the same thing, kind of elevated hamstring. You can do this on the bench. A box is currently being occupied right now. So we're gonna use the bench. If you guys love content like this, more follow along style, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. Also feel free to share. Hopefully this reaches other people. Next, elevated hamstring. I'm just gonna sandwich my legs with my hands. My hammies are a little tight from all the walking I'm doing. Since we're gonna be doing, focusing on our backside, glutes, hamstring, specifically with the butt, we're just gonna warm up the muscles a little bit with some dynamic movements. I will typically do some sort of warm up. I will do about an hour warm up. Today, I do not have the luxury of that time right now, so we're just gonna do a quick little warm up, then we're gonna get to it. So if you guys are saving this for later and following along, awesome. You guys hopefully can incorporate that into your routine. We are gonna be doing 3 different exercises. One is gonna involve a kettlebell. One is going to involve, actually you could use a kettlebell for all of them, but one will be body weight. I'll be doing body weight today, and you guys can actually incorporate load. And then the other one will be body weight or loading, depending on how you feel. All right. And then another exercise that we did the other day is essentially a tabletop position, fire hydrants, where you lift that leg up and around. You're focusing on building some heat, we'll say, building some heat, some warmth into the body. And then you'll switch to the same thing. So you're trying to keep the torso facing down towards the ground, where you flex the foot and go up and around as if you're going over a fire hydrant. All right, and then we're gonna do some sumo squats. So sumo squats, your feet are gonna be outside the hips, outside the shoulders, even there. I'm pretty sore still from push-ups the other day, but I'm gonna push my knees out. I'm gonna get my hips as low as I can. Don't have to get hip crease below top of the thigh. The sumo squat stance is gonna target more the glutes, kind of show from a profile. So I'm getting close, hip crease, top to the thigh, but focusing more on glutes and hips. So the sumo squat, or sumo deadlift, excuse me, sumo squat here. Sumo deadlift, essentially you'll have the load out in front of you. Sumo deadlift, we're gonna use with a kettlebell today. We're gonna go nice and easy, probably go like 35 pounds. Trying to avoid lots of lower back exercises, specifically for my back, but we're gonna incorporate some because we wanna build the butt, strengthen the butt. So I'm just warming up. Next exercise that we're gonna superset that with, or we're gonna do kind of like a tricep, is going to be a modified pistol squat. So a pistol squat, probably could do it by myself here. Let's see if we can demonstrate. Make sure I'm nice and easy on my back. Pistol squat, ooh, yeah, I can still do it. Is a single leg squat, just like I demonstrated. We're actually gonna modify, we're gonna focus on the eccentric movement to target the glute. You want about at least 2 feet away, technically, 1.5 feet, right, depending on where you feel comfortable with. But you'll sit down to the bench or box, then step up with that same leg, focusing on pressing to the arch. We are gonna do so many reps on one leg. We'll switch to so many reps on the other leg. So you want to really focus on intention here, of intentionally pushing through that leg versus just kind of like rocking up, right? So you will have a little bit of a rock, but you want to think of push through the floor to stand up. So let's grab some chalk, because everything is better with chalk. You're also stronger with chalk, just kidding. So we're gonna do 35 pounds. Since it's relatively light today, I'm gonna say lighter. We're gonna go more higher reps today. I'll try to show you guys from a couple different angles so you can see. But for this sumo deadlift or sumo squat stance, feet are gonna be outside the shoulders, toes turned out slightly. If you're newer to this movement, a dumbbell or a kettlebell is beneficial because you don't have to worry about navigating around the knees. When you have a barbell, you really wanna focus on keeping those knees back out of the way. Might put a little more loading on the lower back. But for today, we're gonna focus on a kettlebell or dumbbell. Dumbbell and kettlebell, you'll also be coming further down, so the chest may more be upright. You might have more of a squat position, more so than a deadlift position. So adjust your feet stance. So if your knees are coming in aggressively like this, bring the stance in so you can push them out. If they come in a little bit, that's okay. But you want to think of external rotation, pushing those knees out to the side. Loading will be right in front of you or underneath you. And you just want to think of pressing to the midfoot and standing nice and tall. So as I perform these repetitions, the bottom of the bell will kind of kiss the floor. 4, I think it was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it doesn't touch the floor, it's okay. 9, but you'd like to get close. 10, we're gonna go to 15. There you go, and 15. We'll leave that bell right there, and then this is gonna be no weight. You can always hold the bell in that front rack position if you'd like. Elbow load, or you can hold dumbbells, I prefer, or even a front rack position. This position can be better because then you don't have to worry about your hands by your thighs here. So again, about 1.5-ish away from the bench or box. You just wanna make sure that your butt hip has some sort of contact with that bench here. So we're gonna press through that midfoot. We're gonna do 10 on each side. 2, 3, this is also gonna strengthen your hip flexor because you're keeping your opposite leg off the ground. 4, 5, we'll get my watch ready. 6, 7, 8, 9, whoo, and 10. Good. Then we'll do 10 on the side. Same thing, you want the foot around the same thing or same place, but I'm trying to make sure I'm going nice and slow as I sit down. You may notice that one side feels more comfortable. One side maybe feels better than the other, more stable, more balanced. I think that was 4, 3, 4, 5. Other leg can be directly out in front or kind of tucked underneath you. Is that 5? Oh man, I lost count already. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so we're gonna focus on this. I did say tricep earlier. We're gonna focus on the superset. Superset is 2 exercises together, where a tricep is technically 3 exercises together. So we're doing 15 sumo squat, sumo deadlift with a kettlebell, and then we're supersetting that with 10 single leg modified pistol squats. So again, a pistol squat like I demonstrated earlier, essentially a one-legged squat, single leg squat. We're modifying to here. So we're focusing on building the butt, the glute, right? There's a lot of different muscles included in the glute, not just the glute, right? Glute max, glute med. But we're also focusing on the hamstring and back core because we're trying to stabilize. Now, if this is too much, you can always make it easier by raising your seat up, meaning maybe instead of a bench, you use a box that's a little bit higher, but we're trying to work the negative control, sit down, relax, and then re-engage to stand up. So we're gonna rest about 90 seconds, 2 minutes, and we'll get started for the next set. Again, when I talk and work out, it's hard. Before I forget, this is my Just Go shirt. I kind of cut it a little short so the Just Go is kind of rolled up. But this is my Just Go shirt from Rogue. The link is below if you guys want to check it out. Excuse me, it supports me. Rogue supports me for the many, many years. I've been with them since 2015, so almost 10 years. That's amazing. But if you guys want to support me, feel free to check it out. The link's below. But again, this is my shirt. I'm going to be taking it off here in a second because it's really warm. The inspiration behind my shirt, there are the 3 mountains. The 3 mountains represent myself and my sisters. There's 3 of us. The sun, the open sky, represents Big Sky Country, where I grew up in Montana. So the big sky means that there is essentially so much potential out there, right? The sky is limitless. There is so much to explore and see and do. So find whatever it is that you enjoy passion-wise and go for it. The river in the image represents flowing and that you need to be dynamic sometimes, that not always everything is going to be set in stone, and the plan that you have may not be the plan that you think you're going to follow, so you need to be dynamic. And then the trees are rooted through the ground, so you are rooted through the earth. You are strong, you are powerful. Standing tall and being rooted and grounded is very important. Staying authentic to yourself is very, very important to myself. And that's what the trees stand for. So there's a lot of meaning behind the shirt. I know I'm kind of trying to go fast as I talk through it, but there's a lot that means a lot to me. So I just wanted to share that with you all too. So if you want to support, you can check out the link below and grab yours. They're a unisex shirt, and I'm wearing a small, and I cropped it myself. So it's a full length shirt. I just cropped the bottom. And allergies are killing me today. Ooh-wee. Okay, next set. This time I start with my right leg. So you guys can alternate which leg you start with. Again, opposite leg can be out in front or tucked underneath you like so. Wow, warm now. Halfway. Alright, 10 on the other side. I'm also going to talk about other exercises you guys incorporate to help strengthen your butt and build more definition in your butt if you guys are interested. So just stay tuned. That was 2, 3. Ooh, it's warm. If I'm warm, I know Entry's for sure warm. Entry's my dog, if you're new here. She's a golden retriever. She just turned 5 the other day. Alright. Okay, we're gonna just spicy. Alright. So we're gonna rest about 90 seconds. I think a little long. So again, this is a shirt. I'm all turned around. So there's a rogue on the front side, as you guys can see, right? And then pull this a little forward. Rogue on the front side. And on the back side again, the shirt here that just goes kind of pulled down right there. But again, the sky and the clouds and the sun represents big sky country. Beautiful, I love all the colors. And then of course, again, the 3 pillars represent my sisters and I. There's 3 of us. Obviously, Kirsten, my middle sister, passed away in 2008 in a car accident. I'm super sad, wish she was here, but she gives me motivation and a kind of a reminder to keep going each day. So myself, my sister Remy, and then again, the water, the trees. So flow like water, be dynamic. Not everything's gonna be set in stone. Even though we think it is, change is guaranteed in life. And then trees represents the rooted, being grounded, and being authentic and stay true to yourself. So if this resonates with you guys and you want to support, feel free to check it out. I have to take my shirt off now because it is very warm in here. All right, almost 90 seconds in. We'll just put it here, fold it because it's so pretty. All right, and then I have my snack and my water. Need my snack pack. So if you guys ever seen Billy Madison, that's where that quote's from. So I thought, you were my snack pack. When he's asking, I would say, I'm trying to remember what scene specifically, but he's asking her to pack, Billy Madison's asking her to pack her lunch, or his lunch, technically it's his lunch. All right, next set. And she goes, I thought I was your snack pack. Clearly I love movie quotes. Seven. So you want to think of pushing out, knees out, keeping your feet grounded. One more. Just move this to the side a little bit. So again, if you're using 35-pound kettlebell for this, you can go heavier. You can use barbell, kettlebell, dumbbell. All right, we're gonna switch legs. Your right leg now. That was my neighbor. He has an awesome bike. 5, 6, 7. So this is gonna help build single leg strength. 8, help with pistol squats, help with building that butt. I don't know, 7, 8, let's do an extra one, I think. 9. Again, trying to talk and count is not the jam. All right, 10. 10 on the other side. Sorry for the breathing into the mic. Halfway. 6 inch peak. What is it? Come here. Come here. Good girl. 7. Let's see the star of the show. Inch peak. Come here. 8. Come here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, come here. Come here. Up. Sit. Up. So this is Entropy. Her nickname is Anchovy or Furball. 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 Oh my goodness. She's the star of the show. Everybody comes to see her. She definitely needs to be brushed, and she also needs a hair trim. I know. We went for a walk this morning, and it was warm. Nope, that's not for you. No. All right. So, oh yes, other exercises. So other exercises you can incorporate for the butt and glute. Single leg deadlifts. Right. So single leg deadlifts are going to work. Obviously, balance component, right? The bench is not here, but you're going to hinge from the hips, slight bend in the knee. If you have 2 dumbbells, 1 dumbbell in each hand, or 2 kettlebells, or 1 dumbbell and 1 kettlebell in the opposite hand. So I recommend having your hand hold the dumbbell kettlebell opposite of the leg that you're standing on. So as I go to touch, and then I extend, you may hear Entropy chomping on her bone. So single leg deadlifts, great way to build strength and stability. You really want to focus on squeezing your butt at the top here. So don't just be passive, right? Be active, squeeze, extend. As you squeeze the glutes, the hips open. This is full extension. So an exercise or rep scheme you could do would be anywhere from 8 to 12 reps on one leg, switch, 8 to 10, 12, excuse me, 8 to 12 reps on the other leg, right? That's a great exercise to do. You could also do dumbbell deadlifts or kettlebell deadlifts, right? So 2 legs versus single leg. That's also a great exercise. If you've never done them before, highly recommend starting with both legs, then progress to the single leg. All right, 4th and final set. Man, it's getting hot in her. So also notice when I do these, I tend to turn my toes out just slightly, but I really want to focus on pushing my knees out. Torso is going to be a little more upright, focusing on the glutes, squeezing the butt at the top. I think that was 3 or 4. It's an extra one. Better extra one than under. See how I aggressively open the top? 8, making sure that I'm squeezing. 10, be active versus passive. I think that was 2 extra. Again, I'm trying to stay really light because my back, these don't irritate it as much as the dumbbell deadlifts that I did the other day. I thought I was going to be fine. I was fine, but probably should have waited. That's 2. Again, this is a great variation if you're trying to learn pistol squats. Obviously, mechanic-wise, there's a lot of things that are going differently, but this is going to help you build the strength to push up out of the bottom position. Oh, sorry. I think that was 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, oof, 10. All right, good, same thing, 10 on the other side. So we've covered single leg deadlifts, also dumbbell or kettlebell deadlifts, all right, 2 legs. And then we've also covered single leg pistol squat moderation here, or variation. I think that was 5. I'll talk about a couple more here in a second. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so that's 4 sets. Let's talk about some other variations. So if you're looking to build your butt, build your backside, another variation or exercises you can do are weighted glute bridges. You can do them on the floor or elevated on a bench or box. If you're gonna do them, make sure that the bench is secure so it's not gonna slide or move. So when I do them off of a bench, I'm gonna go lighter load, excuse me, maybe heavier reps, or more reps, I can't talk. So for example, I typically do a 5x5 weighted glute bridge from the floor, and I'll get up to like 335, 325, 345 in terms of weight. When I'm doing them here, I'm probably like 185, and I'm doing them for maybe like 8 to 12 reps. So play around with it. Everyone's a little different. Weighted glute bridge is, I'll demonstrate the movement from the floor in a second, but we're gonna be doing this right in here off of the bench. Feet are gonna be about hip width distance apart. What I'll typically do is, entry drinking water on the back, I'll roll the bar into my hips, right? I'll get my elbows, arms on the bench, kind of lift my back, lift the bar, and then get set. Once I'm here, hands will come down to the bar. I'm gonna drop my hips as low as they can go, squeeze my butt, lift my hips, create that kind of tabletop position, and then I'll come back down. So they have machines already set up. If you're at a gym, like traditional gym, that you can already have it already set up. You just load the weights. That makes it very easy. So that's a weighted glute bridge that you can utilize to strengthen and build your backside as well as your hamstrings and your back. So the variation of that from the floor, let's move that slightly. So you can see kind of at an angle, weighted glute bridge here. I'll roll the bar into my hip crease. I'll use a yoga mat or some sort of cushion, same thing up here. But between that and the bar, or the bar myself, I'll squeeze the butt, lift my hips, get as high as I can, and then come back down. And then squeeze, lift, come back down. So again, I'm trying to use heavier weight here. Leave it entropy. I will try to get to, entropy, go. I will get to a heavy load. Again, not my 1 rep max deadlift, but up there. And I'll do 5 sets of 5 with about 2 minutes rest. That's an option right there for glute bridges. Another exercise you can do, take the load, go a lot lighter, maybe grab a dumbbell. You could put a kettlebell, but I prefer dumbbell because the dumbbell will press on the hips more so than the belly or bladder. But you could do weighted glute bridges with that lighter load, go higher reps, like 20 reps. Next option, single leg glute bridges. Like I did in the other video, you guys can check out my back exercises that I do on active rest day, or part of my routine and warm up for actual training days. You could do the single leg glute bridge with or without weight. If you're new, start with no weight. But essentially I'm here, should we leave it? Essentially I'm here, I'm gonna lift my hips, and then I lift that one leg if I'm doing them as a warm up. And should we go, come on, go, you gotta see. If I'm doing, and should we go? If I'm doing it for training, I'll get the weight set, I'll lift that one leg, and then I'll focus on just that one leg. And you guys can kind of see from the side, as I lift up, I'm activating my hamstring, right? I'm lifting my glute, I'm activating the glute, trying to keep my hips parallel. You wanna avoid that drop to the side. If you are dropping to the side, make sure you start with no weight before you start to add load. But again, I would do maybe 8 to 12 reps on one leg, place it down, switch legs, 8 to 12 reps on the other leg. And again, this is for strengthening your backside, building your butt. Benefits are going to be hamstrings and back. Our backside, our posterior chain are our go muscles, meaning power, explosiveness. Our front side, as I call them, as our show muscles, meaning what you see in the camera, like the abs, the chest, the biceps, the shoulders. Those are great strengthening, but we want to make sure we have a balance of both front and backside. So those are some exercises you guys can implement for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be sharing this soon, and if you guys found it beneficial, please share with others. Please feel free to double tap, share, like, comment, and I will see you guys next time.